quick as possible because I see some things happening here. All right, that I'm going to go over here in a second. Look at this massive. Look at this sell volume down here. I think people are going to regret this, quite honestly. If I'm right about this, okay, which we're going to dig into it here in a second. I'm going to show you guys that I believe this could be done. All right, this correction could be over. Some things are lining up. I've been digesting and, or not digesting, but dissecting this chart for the last couple hours, and I think I got it figured out. All right, so let's go over a couple things here first. Right over to the block explorer over here. Still 47 petahash. That is impressive, guys. Don't overlook this, okay? Massive 47 petahash. All right, 2 blocks per second, 2.6 transactions per second. All right, so this thing is definitely, the circulating supply has gone up a little bit here, which we'll go over here in a minute. But everything, there's a $55,000 transaction there. You know, I you see a lot of money coming in here, and I'm going to show you that right here. Volume is up 55%, $22 million. Market cap is at 902. And like I said, I think this pullback could be about done. 55% volume. That's great to see to the upside. So love seeing that. We go down through here, see if there's anything else. Look at that, plus 25,200% from the all-time low. That's pretty awesome. 252x. You gotta love seeing that. You know, for every dollar you put in, you got $252 back. You know, if you put 10,000 in, you'd have 2.5 million now. So not too shabby, that's for sure. Geez, I wish I would have got him back then. I really do. Man, oh man. Right back here. Look at this. Point 0.00. What was the all-time low? You know, we've gone over this before, but I am just super curious to look at something real quick. Okay, 1 million coins. 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million times 0.0001699. What, $170 would have got you 1 million Kaspa back here at the all-time low. 1 million. Today that would be worth, what would that be worth? Let's see, $170 to buy it, okay? 170 bucks. You would have 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million times 0.04287. $42,870. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. $170 would have got you, you would be at $42,000 right now. Unbelievable. You know, if you would have put $1,000 in this thing when it launched, you know, I'm just curious. $1,000 times point 0.0001699 would have got, oops, dang it. Sorry about that. 0.0001699 would have got you, what is that? 1, 2, 3 slash 1, 2, 5,885,000. $1,000 would have got you that. So times would have got you 5,885,000 coins. $1,000. All right, times 0.04288. You would have $252,383. So for $1,000, the investment in Kaspa in the beginning, $1,000, you could have built, you know, pretty decent home. $252,000. Could have paid off a mortgage or whatever for $1,000 in this thing. And if you hold on to it longer, that 1,000, I'm sure, is who knows. You know, if this thing does a You know, say from here it does a 50x. It goes to $2. $12,619,000. $12 million, possibly off of $1,000 investment. Unbelievable. Crypto, you gotta love crypto. Absolutely love it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm sorry, guys. Don't mean to take up any of your time. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible today, right? So we'll close that out. We'll close that out. We've seen the volume is up 55%. We'll close that out. All right, crypto Kaspa. Let's see here. And it's worth it, guys. Hang in there when I show you this chart. It's all worth it. Please hit the like and subscribe too, guys. And share the video if you would. Helps me out a lot, man. I could use the help right now. Crypto, Kaspa, down more than 3% within 24 hours. Massive returns are possible within this market for a limited time. Get access to the Benzinger. Oh, that's about the... That's true, though. Massive returns are possible. Over the past 24 hours, Kaspa has fallen 3.78% to 4 cents. That's the low that if you did look at yesterday's video, that's what I was calling for, right around 4 cents. This continues its negative trend over the past week, where it has experienced a 11% loss, moving from 5 cents to its current price. The chart below compares the price movement and volatility for Kaspa over the past 24 hours. That's on the left side. To its price movement over the past week on the right side. The gray bands are Bollinger Bands, measuring the volatility for both the daily and weekly price movements. The wider the bands or the larger the gray area is at any given moment, the larger the volatility. So the larger the gray bands are, the more volatile it is. That was Kaspa price and volatility over the past 24 hours. That's the price and volatility over the past week. All right, which you can see that leg coming down to 4 cents. That's what we've been calling for. Kaspa's trading volume has climbed 52% over the past week alone, with the circulating supply of the coin, which has increased 0.85%. This brings the circulating supply to 21.03 billion, which makes up an estimated 73.26% of its maximum supply at 28.7 billion. According to our data, the current market cap ranking for Kaspa is number 44 at $944.57 million. So the circulating supply has increased by 0.85%. All right, that brings it to 21.03 billion. And it hasn't hurt the price a lot. Okay, we were expecting this pullback, nothing unordinary. Volume's up 55%. Let's move on here. All right, well, I want to show you guys. All right, first off, we're going to show you this in a second. That has to do with what we're going to talk about here. Okay, if we come over here to the charts real quick. I'm not going to dig into these things. I want to get this video done and out. We go down through what's going on today. Bone, that's really shocking me there. I'm expecting a huge bounce out of this thing. It's getting a pullback though. Bitcoin dominance, it looks like it has slowed down a hair. Jeez, look at this thing. Holy crap. Well, there you go. It's right up at that 702. And I have the Hike and Ashy candles on. They're like momentum candles. You can change them up here. You know, you can put your regular candles on there like that. The Hike and Ashy candles, I like them. They're kind of like a momentum type candle. But I apologize. I'll put the regular candles back on here for the video. Right up at that 702, you can see the rejection here. It is getting rejected. That daily RSI is flipping over. So Bitcoin itself, this is the guy we need to see start moving here. All right, let me get this off here. Let's see about a trend line up through here. All right, somewhere around there. All right, then you have the overhead resistance here on this thing, that trend line. So you can see it's coming to a head here. This thing is wedging up inside here. So we're either going to get the break up or the breakdown in this thing. We go over this other chart. Where's it at here? Oh yeah, that's what we, let me put it back on Bitcoin, I apologize. There we go. That overhead resistance, I have an alarm set on this blue line up here. That is where we need to make the higher high. All right, the daily is pulling down, the weekly is turned up, and you can see how easy down here on right down here, it would be very easy for this thing to get a shot up, take out these highs over here and get a higher high and bust above that 32,000. I'm really expecting Bitcoin to do something major here. Okay, it lulls people to sleep. You know, it does that, and then you get a massive move out of this thing. Let's see if there's any divergence here. We have this low, that low, a higher low. No, nothing going on there. But same old here. Just kind of messing around in here. Do want to put a resistance line right up here, right there. All right, because it is having a hard time getting through that area too. You know, if you zoom out here, you can see. Look at this thing. I mean, it's just consolidation maybe in here. I mean, it is stepping up, but we got to get that higher high. The next, out of this whole big move here. If you take and count these things out, 1, 2, 3, 4, just barely set a 5 up there. Should be an ABC in here. Okay, maybe this is, that could be what's happening here. We put a fib on here, on this top. All right, quite possibly, if this thing gets up to the 618, 702 and doesn't get through it, all right, say it makes it up here and gets rejected at the 702, all right, then we're looking at that, which is not what we want to see for Bitcoin, all right? A, B, and a C down here to 23,300, all right? That is not what we want to see, but that is what could be playing out in here. If it doesn't break through these levels up there, then Bitcoin's got some problems. All right, so we're going to have to keep an eye on this very, very closely. Has to get through the 618 702. It has to set a higher high. It has to go through 32,000 bucks, 31,900. It has to break that. Okay, that daily RSI, like we said, is coming down. The weekly's heading up. The monthly, rolling over a little bit. Let's get these off here and see what we had here. All right, we had this higher here. We had a higher high in price. Bearish divergence there. There you go. And that could be this pullback here maybe. But you had, typical higher highs in price. And then down here on the RSI, you had this high. Just barely a lower high. All right, if you pull this thing up and look at it. Let's get that off there. Just barely a lower high. All right, so not big time bearish divergence, but definitely bearish divergence. Even on the bottom here, you had you had a lower low, you had this low, and this low up here, which were higher. Right here, okay, and then down here on the RSI, you had this low here, and you had just a slightly lower low. All right, so not what you want to see here with Bitcoin. All right, you could almost have a channel in here. Came up, hit here, came to the top, rolled back down. This could be like a channel working up through here. Maybe we'll keep that there and see if it starts respecting this channel through here. We'll see what happens with this thing, but be nice to see this thing start making its way up. That's for sure. That's what we need. 32,000 bucks. It has to get through that. That weekly is rolling over, but look how low it is down here. So it could make a run up here. We need Bitcoin to do something. In the end, that's the bottom line. All right, this thing has to start moving. Let's get this on here right. This upper band. Something like that. The lower band looks pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep that on there. See if it falls through and loses this, then Bitcoin's got bigger problems. But that's 618. that Fibonacci area. We got to keep an eye on that. That is going to be super, super important. If it gets up here, wow, that's 50,000 bucks. That, well, quite honestly, that's where I would expect this ABC to come in. If it would get up to 49, that would be fantastic. Boy, oh boy, you could see a massive run in this market if Bitcoin can just pump up here and get that 32,000. That is the key level. All right, you can see it was massive support through here. Once it lost it, got rejected. If it gets that back and makes a run, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys, if we can break up through there. All right, we'll see what happens here. Anyway, let's move on. The Dow Jones hanging in there, doing its thing, just barely, hanging out here. So the Dixie, 1055. Let's see where we're at with that. Look at that. That monthly RSI is down at the bottom and reset. Not what you really want to see with this thing. Where's our weekly? Weekly's at the top. The daily's just at the bottom. So quite honestly, like I said, I'm expecting to see that pump. It has broken trend here, but I'm expecting to see that 618 get touched up here at 109. Daily RSI is at the bottom, so expect a pump out of the Dixie. Gold's about flat. Let's get down through here. Where's the market caps at? Doing the same thing here. That's the crypto total market cap. Total 2 looks about exactly the same besides this lower low. All right, let's get to Kaspa because I think we've got some exciting stuff coming up here, guys. I really do. All right. First off, let's zoom in here. Okay. We have the daily RSI almost reset here at the bottom. Okay. Huge. The 12-hour down at the bottom. All right. The 8-hour, same story at the bottom. Okay. And the 4, look at this. Right at the bottom, right where we want it. Starting a green candle on the 4. And the 1 hour is just starting on the bottom. All right, I'm expecting to see a bounce here. We could possibly have bottomed out here. All right, if you go into 4 hour, especially on the 4 hour, you can see this a lot better. I'm going to break this down for you. What it looks like is right here, a zigzag ABC correction. Okay, where you have 5, 3, 5. All right, you have 5 waves this way, 3 up, and then 5 waves down. All right, now if we go back to this chart, all right, you got to zoom in a little bit on these things to get the counts right. Okay, but this first one here, you definitely have a 5-wave pattern in here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then this one here, let's get that off there. This one here, I measured this out. Okay, this one here you can do in a 4 hour. All right, so that would have been our A leg right there. And then when we get the measurement, we'll see if we got it or not. We'll see if we hit our target. This one here, if you take, all right, that gives us a 702 right there on it. Okay, that hit a 702 on the pullback. Now it did extend just a little bit higher here. Okay, for this B leg, but that's our A, B, and then right here we were expecting 5 waves down, correct? We talked about that yesterday. 1, 2. If your second wave is complex, then your fourth wave is not going to be, okay? Other words, if your first wave, if wave 1 and 2 are quick and simple, then your fourth wave is going to be deep and complex. All right, you can see how the 1 and the 2 wave ended up taking some time to play out here. Right here is our 3, 4, 5. All right, we got our 5 waves down here. Even on the hourly, if you zoom in there you go. You can see it a lot better. All right, see this now? All right, now we'd have to go the whole way over here, but 1, 2, 3. There's your fourth wave pullback. Remember I talked about that yesterday. Could retrace back up to this resistance line. 4, 5. All right, which turned out to be one big. We go back here to Elliott wave. A, B, C. All right, you see how the C wave goes down below the A wave? Just barely, but it does. Okay, and we're going to measure this out and see if we hit our target or not. All right, so you got your, right up here, A, B, and our C. Okay, let me get this. There we go. Let's open this up so we can look at this a little bit better so everybody can see what's going on here. Okay, see how the C leg comes down below the A leg here? This is a zigzag ABC correction right here. See the A? See how your C leg comes just down below it? Not by much, but it does. Okay, you have your A, your B leg up, and a C. All right, you got your A, B, C. So there we go. There's a zigzag correction. Now let's measure this out and see if we hit our target or not. Okay, now as far as this says, it says right here, if wave C equals 161.8 of wave A, wave C can be a wave 3 of a 5 waves impulse. Thus, the only way to label between ABC and impulse is whether the third swing has extension or not. Okay, this is the zigzag. Zigzag is a 5-3-5 structure. Wave B can be any corrective structure. So this is wave B could be, could be 5 waves, could be 3, whatever. Wave B can be any corrective structure. Subdivision of wave A and C is 5 waves. That's wave A and C have to be 5 waves, either impulse or diagonal. Zigzag is a corrective 3 waves structure labeled as an ABC. Alright, so this was a zigzag ABC correction. Let's measure it now. Did we hit our target on this thing? Let's go from the top. Alright, this is wave A right here. Okay, we're going to bring it over and put it on top of wave B. Let's pull this down. There we go. Here's your target right down here, 0.0417 roughly. Okay, this thing came down to right about 0.0416. All right, just very, 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 very close. You're splitting hairs here. Okay, so that gives you a perfect ABC. All right, in my opinion, this would be this correction would be done. All right. Oops, I apologize. Something's stalling out on me there. There we go. All right, your wave A, your B, and wave C measures out perfectly. All right, now the RSIs. Let's look and see if we are heading up or not. We got to zoom in here for these things. All right, you got your 1 hour on the floor ready to go. Super low down here. It's a 36. The 4 hour. Look at this. Ready to go. 29 down here. Way oversold. 8 hour. Getting super low. It's at a 26 down here on the bottom. Alright, we're at a 3.0 and a 3.9 ready to go. Alright, the 12 hour is down to a 30 and it is at all zeros on the 12. The daily is just about there by, 3 more hours. This should be reset and ready to go. The only one that worries me here, the weekly. All right, we got to get that spun back up. All right, which can be done easily. And then I think this is what's going to happen down here. All right, this bearish divergence. I believe this thing is going to go on a run, bust out above that, break that bearish divergence, and set another high there and get rid of that bearish divergence. All right, now if we're looking at this chart, everybody's probably saying, oh, well, we broke down out of this structure, which, yes, absolutely we did. Okay, so now some key areas that I'm going to go over here with you because fake outs are very common. All right, and then you get this. Look at this down here at the bottom. Look at all this red. People dumping. They think it's going to go further. Now you can see that fourth wave very, very clear. Okay, you see it? See it right here? 4, 5. Very, very obvious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves down. You're getting a little bit of buyers coming in. There's 7 million. This little green candle here. Let's look on the hourly. Oh yeah, there's a few buyers coming in. There is 10 million. There's 7 million. All right, so you can see some people see the bottom coming in. See that wave 4 mount, retrace up 5. Okay, so now here is going to be some key areas to keep an eye on, guys. Let's look at the 12 hour. Look at all that selling. These people are going to regret this. I hate to see that. That's what this market does to you, though. It shakes you and breaks you. If you got to hang in there, man, ride the wave. Just ride it out. You know, if you're having a bad week in crypto, quit looking at your phone or whatever. You know, do what you want. You know, it's your money. You know, one way I found to cope, especially in a bear market, it's hard with these videos because I do them, but you know, don't pay that. Try to just avoid looking at it, okay? Especially if you're in the green. You know, that's just my opinion. You know, if you're a long-term holder, you know, if you're somebody just looking to buy and ride a wave out and sell, then that's different. Okay, but I believe this is a fake out right here. All right, some areas to keep an eye on. Number one, the number one resistance is going to be 0.0445. That is this area right there. That's going to be your first resistance coming back up through here. Let's turn this a different color. Blue. Okay, that's our wedge forming here. Let's turn it blue so it's not confusing us here. All right, but you can see the breakdown, the fallout from that wedge. All right, like I said, I believe it's a fake out. Look at all the sellers. That's what happens. People, and then they're going to buy back in at higher prices. 0.0445, first resistance. The next resistance is up here at 0.047. That's this one right here. All right, so I believe that we're going to get a pretty serious bounce here. It could be pretty quick too with all these RSIs resetting. I don't know how far this is going to go. It's looking pretty good though because everything is on the floor, so it could end up being a really nice bounce. You know, you got the 12 on the floor, very oversold down here. The daily's on the floor just about. We got this high. We got a higher high, no divergence there. The 12, the 8, the 4, even the 1. And that's very rare that you get the 1 at the bottom too. So I'm expecting a pretty fast and hard bounce here from Kaspa. But watch these resistance levels, all right? If we break through the 0.0445, great. The next one up is 0.047. We break through that one, then we have the 5 cent level up here, the 5.2. All right there, 0.052. That is the one that we could not break. We break through that, and this could get very exciting. Okay, if this thing breaks out the upside, you know, if this thing comes up, breaks through, retest, breaks through, retest, gets back in this wedge and heads up out the other side, I think everybody has seen the measured move. You know, not that that's what's going to happen. I'm not like spreading false hope here, but wait till you see the measured move of this thing. All right, on weekly. All right, valid wedge. All right, we got 3 touches at the top. What do we got at the bottom? Numerous touches. 1, 2, 3. Numerous touches on the bottom. All right, the measured move, and I'm not, you know, I'm just showing you guys. I'm not saying a word. I'm just putting it up there. Let you see what it says and make your own mind up, okay? The measured breakout for this thing, all right? There you go. Put a line up there. You can see it. Is it possible? Yeah, we'll find out. You know, around 20 cents, that's saying. So, we'll see. You know, looks like a fake out here to me. Looks like it needed a little bit of a cool off. It ended up pulling back. Almost a perfect 618 too. Almost perfect. Look at this. Go from the bottom up to the top. There you go. Just short of the 618 Fibonacci. Almost got it. I was looking for that 4 cents. Yeah, I got the 4.1. Okay, so I was looking for 0.0409. So very close to 0.04. We're very close there. It came within, let's see here. What is that? You know, 1.5%. So if you bought down here, good for you. Congratulations. I think you're going to do fine, but I believe this ABC correction's over, guys, and I think this thing's heading back up. All right, thanks a lot. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon, guys.